Okay, welcome back, Anil.
Thank you.
It was claimed that you referred to Liverpool and Newcastle as cities. You called Peter Lim an amateur and said he was too much of a fan to make sensible business decisions. And you threatened to kill Valencia players if they tried to force an exit. Well, what do you have to say to that? What did you say and what did you not say?
Well, first of all, I would like to clarify that I have not gone completely mad and insane yet, right? And that all these, once again, have been, first of all, edited, rearranged and taken out of context. First of all, when you talk about Peter Lim and what I said, it's the same textbook answer that I've used for the last nearly 6 years that I was in Valencia. And I've also told these businessmen, one of them who actually was part of this whole hack job on these audios, was that Peter Lim is a big fan of football. And he's a fan of Valencia, he follows all the games, and he puts a lot of pressure when things go wrong. And that's a problem that I have to deal with, right, as the president. Makes sense? It makes sense, but you take it out of context, and you put, because in Spanish, when you say fan, you say aficionado. Aficionado can be either fan or amateur, but everybody in Valencia knows that, and I've said it many times, that Peter Lim is a big fan of football. On the issue of Liverpool and what was the other city? Newcastle. Come on. As I said, I have not gone completely insane yet. What I was telling these business people was that, how is it Valencia has a natural geographical advantage in terms of beach, sunshine, food, fresh seafood, etc. And yet, cities like Liverpool and Newcastle are more well known across the world because of their football clubs, I think. Their football clubs are so international, they have a big fan base outside. And I say Valencia, I mean, until recently there were 4 clubs in the first division. Now Levante has gone down to second division. I said Valencia must do much more to promote itself as a brand internationally so that not just the football club, but the whole place is better known. And they've turned this around to say that whatever they said, I said about Liverpool and Newcastle as though I'm insulting you. I'm saying the exact opposite. I'm saying that these cities were up there in the north of England, where it's cold, grey, are still so much better known across the world than Valencia, which has a natural geographical advantage. On Soler and Gaia, it's all rearranged and edited. I mean, I spoke to Soler, I spoke to Gaia, you know, and to the agents as well. I mean, I have a very close relationship with the players, the agents, etc. And they all know this is a hack job. Everyone in Valencia knows.
And you clarified that, you know, you resigned and you were not sacked. But when do you make the decision to resign, and what was the tipping point?
The season that just ended got exponentially worse in terms of harassment against me. It's not new. 3 years ago, I had an armed bodyguard as well because of death threats. And this season got very bad. And in January, when they pasted things in my lift, in the condo where I lived, where they put a picture of my young son, and they said they're going to find him outside and kill him. And that for me was enough, because as much as I made many police reports, but in Valencia, you cannot act on anything until something happens. Now, I'm not going to regret this the rest of my life, you know, and I can take the pressure, but I don't see any reason why my family has to suffer, why they post a picture of my son, who's not even 10, and say they're going to kill him in the streets. They could be just empty threats, but you know, you have nightmares just thinking of this. I mean, how far does it have to go before I tell myself enough is enough, you know? So in January, we decided already, you know, to see the season through. Then, of course, circumstances such as audio leaks happen, and people want to think it's a timing issue, right? No, we had already decided that we'd finish the season and leave because it was just unbearable.
Do you feel sad or angry at how this has all come to an end?
Not really, because we knew it was going to come to an end, because it was just getting worse every year. So at which point do you say enough is enough? And we called it in January already. We said when they posted a picture of my son in my lift saying, "I'm going to kill him in the streets," social media, they're posting pictures of my family saying, "We're going to get you in the streets." You know, we already knew it was going to come to an end. What I feel sad for, honestly speaking, is the majority of the fans, because how this club is ever going to grow with this kind of atmosphere, I don't know. But the people who really suffer from all this are the fans.
Why do you think there's this animosity that the fans have, or even a minority, like you said? Why do you think they have this animosity towards Peter Lim, who came in and supposedly saved the club, as well as the Singaporean team that runs the club?
So I would divide it, right? I say it's not fair to say that the fans are unhappy with Peter Lim. I would say that there's this group, the same people who are involved in this hack job, these audios. I've said it before in other interviews as well, but it's a very, very clear distinction between this vocal minority and what their interests are. You have the vast majority of fans who want to enjoy football, and they're frustrated with this whole atmosphere that exists. They don't know what to believe, because this vocal minority is using all kinds of methods to discredit the Singapore ownership, Singapore team, right? And they're quite well organized, I must say. So the majority don't know what to believe. You know what's happening. They don't know what the truth is. What they want is to see football. Now the frustration you'll see in any club, right? Where you're not top 4, you're not Champions League. I mean, fans are frustrated. You win the cup, fans are happy. I think fans want football, want good football. They want to see stability. They want to be able to identify with the club, with the style of football they're playing. And so, yeah, I can understand the fans' frustration.
You took up this job, you had no previous football experience. Do you think that put you at a disadvantage for the job?
I think it's a natural disadvantage, right? Because you come into a new industry, and football is a very peculiar industry. There are people who have been in this industry for many, 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 many years, with a lot of experience. You come in new, it's a steep learning curve. I can understand apprehension from fans, but I was brought in and then made the president of the club, right? What you need to have around you are professionals with the right experience to recommend the correct decisions to you, so you can approve or don't approve. Where it got tricky is when we lost our CEO and sports director, and I assumed those functions as well. That I can understand from the fans' perspective is, how is this guy, who is just relatively new to football, supposed to build a team that competes, right? But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not trying to belittle the issue, but everybody is an expert on football. Everybody is an expert in football. Be it fans, be it players, coaches, owners, everybody is an expert, right? But does anybody really know anything? I don't think so. So you build your own confidence in this industry as it goes along, and you realize that everybody is actually on equal footing, Nobody really knows anything.
Do you think you have helped Valencia improve on their situation or at any level since you've taken over?
I think we made quite a lot of progress on a number of fronts. Overall, I'd say from the corporate side, that we have modernized this ancient club. It's more than 100 years old. It's 103 years old. We modernized so many things: digital transformation, innovation, VCF Media House. A number of things that the club was lacking, we managed to modernize. On the sports front, we had successful seasons. We won the cup. I remember seeing hundreds of thousands of Valencian fans in the streets celebrating with the team on the double-decker bus I was on as well. We beat Ajax in Amsterdam, Champions League, to become leaders of the group stage. We have brought down debt levels in the last few years, brought down the team cost, because when COVID hit, it was double whammy. We were out of European competition, and I've said it publicly as well that revenue dropped by more than 50%. And how do you deal with these challenges? And I think we've dealt with it relatively successfully, right? We didn't finish in the top 4, but with the team that we had, we could have done better. But I think still not so bad. But at least clear up these issues and start growing again,
Right. Any regrets taking up this job?
Absolutely, no regrets. I mean, how many Singaporeans have a chance to be at the helm of a big European football club, I've learned so much on this job. Definitely made mistakes. right? Definitely made mistakes, learned from these mistakes, moved on. But this experience has been extremely, extremely enriching.
Right. How is your relationship with Peter now?
I'm sure it's okay because, I mean, he's a smart man, right? he will definitely know that this is a silly hack job. I'm sure he's disappointed with how sensational this has become, how things have moved, how things have developed from this audio leaks, which is, as I said, you know, audio leaks happen every other day in Spain. It's nothing unusual. Fake audio leaks I'm talking about. It happens all the time in Spain. Real Madrid's president, Spanish Federation president, how true, untrue, nobody cares at the end because it becomes so commonplace, right? But I think that, you know, I'm sure he's busy now, but I'm sure when the time comes, we'll sit down and all have a big laugh.
And what's next for yourself?
Look, I haven't had a holiday in 6 years. In football, there's just no time. I'm now getting used to actually spending time with my family, right? I've been away from them for so long because football just absorbs you. So now getting used to spending time with them, and then slowly look for something that is more sane, more healthy, you know, and let's see what comes along.
All right. Thanks a lot for your time. All the best, Anil.
Thank you. Thank you very much.